Welcome to This Week in Ames. I'm Tony Ugolini. On today's show, we check in with the fire department. My guest today is Deputy Fire Chief Richard Higgins. Thanks so much for being on the show today.
Thanks for having me, Tony.
So, Rich, how long have you been with the city? And can you tell us a little bit about what the deputy chief does?
Yeah, I've been with the city for 15 years, and my role as Deputy Fire Chief, there's actually two of us at Ames. Paul Sandoval is the other Deputy Fire Chief. I'm responsible for all the administrative stuff, all the administrative duties at the fire department, so I take care of all of our dispatching, all of our records management. I coordinate our EMS program and oversee our pre-planning program. I get to do some of the stuff on the side that are not necessarily tied to operations, but are part of operations to make it be successful, the support features of the fire department.
And how long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that since 2012, so the last 4 years I've been fortunate enough to be in my role and really love it. It's a great opportunity to serve the community.
Okay. How many fire stations do we have in Ames?
So in Ames, we currently have 3 fire stations. We have Station 1, which is located up by the hospital at 13th and Burnett. Station number 2, which is located in Campus Town out on Welch and Chamberlain. And then we also have our newest station, which was actually built in 2002. That's fire station number 3, and that's down on Airport Road across from Lowe's.
What goes into deciding where and how many stations are in each community?
So it's a difficult process to determine where is the best placement for a fire station. Because ideally, you'd want a fire station on every corner or close to your house. If you have an emergency, you want a quick response. Well, realistically speaking, that's just not feasible. That's not affordable. It's not the right way to do business. So we work really closely with our GIS department, and we try to figure out where are a majority of our calls, the hot spots in the city, where are those calls coming from, and where would be a great place to put a station where we could have a great response time to those areas that are having the most calls. But then also, where's that location that we can still serve the rest of the community with the equipment that we have at that station. So a lot goes into planning a fire station, looking at where your calls are at and how can you best serve the community. What kind of access do you have with the roads? Are they arterial roads that are going to get plowed during the winter months? And well maintained? Is it high flow of traffic so we can get out and get to those areas quickly? So a lot goes into it. And
so do you go to every fire station?
Yeah. So I'm fortunate I get to go out and visit with the crews. Try to go out once a month and visit with the new crew and see the stations and see what's going on at the different stations.
So October is a special month for the fire department. Can you tell us why?
Yeah, so October we celebrate Fire Prevention Week. And fire prevention for us, we want everyone to practice fire prevention, just not one week out in October, but throughout the year. Fire prevention is an ongoing process. But we take a week in October and we actually celebrate Fire Prevention Week. This year's theme is Don't Wait, Check the Date, Replace Your Smoke Alarms Every 10 years. That's something we see people do a great job of replacing their batteries, checking their smoke detectors twice a year with daylight savings time, which is coming up here just a little over a month away. But we also want people to be cognizant of the dates on their smoke detectors. Smoke detectors actually have a life, and on average it's anywhere from 7 to 10 years, but the manufacturers recommend that we replace smoke detectors every 10 years. So take your smoke detectors down from the wall, look on the back side, there's what we call a born-on date. It'll just say the date of manufactured, and just make sure your smoke detectors are not older than 10 years. If they are, get them replaced. We recommend that people replace their smoke detectors with a dual sensor smoke detector. A dual sensor will have an ionization and photoelectric cell, so that's dual sensor, 2 different types of sensors. One is really good at detecting flames. The other one is really good at detecting a smoldering fire that produces a lot of smoke. So together, those are your best option for a smoke detector. And if you have any questions on what type of smoke detector you should get, where should you put a smoke detector, we're happy to come out and help you. You can call us at 239-5109 and we can get a crew out there to help you, or we can answer your questions over the phone.
Well, that's good to know. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Newer homes might have hardwired smoke detectors. So can you tell us the difference between a hardwired and a battery smoke detector?
Absolutely. So a hardwire smoke detector, it's required now through the fire code that smoke detectors be interconnected. So when one goes off, say in a bedroom, that it's going to alert the other smoke detectors throughout the house to go off at the same time. Battery-powered ones that are not hardwired, there's actually technology out there that allows, if one battery-operated device goes off, it'll send a signal to the other ones and allow them to go off. So there are some options out there if you can't hardwire in your smoke detectors there's some options out there to make sure that your battery-powered ones do all go off at the same time when one goes off.
And we have a special event coming up for the fire department. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. We're pretty excited. October 8th, it's a Saturday at Fire Station Number 1, which is located at 13th and Burnett. We are going to have an open house. This will be our 4th annual open house. It's going to be from 9 to noon. And it just isn't a great opportunity for people in the community to come out and visit the fire station. We want to get to know our neighbors. We want to see them come out. We want to show off some of the equipment that we have that we're fortunate enough to work with in the city of Ames. And there's going to be a lot of great activities for adults and kids. We'll be giving station tours. There'll be some raffles that we'll have as well. There'll be opportunities for people to learn about smoke detectors, learn about fire safety. They'll have an opportunity to squirt the fire hose. We have a little mock house that the kids love. They come out there, they get to squirt the fire hose. And then we'll also be practicing some stop, drop, and roll. We'll have Freddie the fire truck out there as well as Sparky the dog. There'll be tattoos, cookies, popcorn. It's just a great community event where we have an opportunity to show off the station, the equipment that we have, and also answer some questions. We get a lot of questions about smoke detectors, and some of the raffle items that we're going to have out there as well as we'll have some fire extinguishers that we're going to be giving away, some dual sensor smoke detectors. Then also this year we have some escape ladders for people that have maybe a 2 or 3 story home. We have some escape ladders that we're going to raffle off. And so people that come through, they'll have an opportunity to fill out a little card, go through some of the stations that we have set up there, get it marked off, and they get their name put in for a raffle drawing.
Oh, so fun. So that is Saturday, October 8th from when?
That'll be, Saturday, October 8th from 9 to noon at Fire Station Number 1, which is at 13th and Burnett Avenue.
Okay. And do you have any tips for our viewers on fire safety?
Yes. We always want to remind people to check your smoke detectors. Smoke detectors save lives. This year's theme of Don't Wait, Check the Date is a good reminder to have your smoke detectors replaced every 10 years. We also want to remind people with daylight savings time coming up just to check your smoke detectors, replace the batteries in them as well when you're doing that. We also encourage people this time of year to do what we call an Edith drill, which is exit drills in the home. It's basically getting your family together and figuring out if you have a fire, how are you going to get out of the house and where's your family going to meet so you can make sure that everyone is out and out safely, which is very great information to pass on to the fire department when they arrive on scene, that everyone is out of the house. That's something very important that we want to know. So this time of year is a great time with your family to practice Edith, exit drills in the home. Find a neighbor that you can go over to. For example, at my house, we have a mailbox across the street. When we practice our exit drill, our fire drill in our home, that we practice getting out of the house, we practice crawling low. I explain to my kids, how do you open up a window? How do you push through a screen? How would you jump? How would you close your door behind you? And where would you meet? We actually practice those things. That way the kids know about it. They've gone through the process before. It's not something new. It's just something that they practice. So it's a great opportunity. The neighbors see you doing it. It's a great opportunity to go out there and explain that, hey, we're just practicing a fire drill in our house. Have you practiced yours yet? They might wonder what's going on. But our family practices it every year. We have a mailbox across the street that we go over and we meet at. The kids enjoy it. They think it's fun. So it's really a great thing that you should practice with your family multiple times throughout the year. But this time of year is a great reminder with Fire Prevention Week to do those things, to check your smoke detectors, to make sure that it's not beyond 10 years, and also to practice the exit drills in the home.
So thank you so much for being with us today, Rich.
You're welcome, Tony.
If you'd like more information on the Ames Fire Department, be sure to follow them on Facebook or check them out on our website at cityofames.org/fire. So that's all for this week. Be sure to tune in next week for This Week in Ames.